The cyberspace is home to billions of people and is the right platform you need to grow your business. The Center for Innovation and Technology is offering you a golden opportunity to speak directly to your market at an affordable price. We also offer media training workshops, live streaming, documentary production, and events management. Get in touch with us today on the following numbers: +263 867 711 0290 or 0718 100 235. Don't forget to subscribe to our social media platforms. Like our Facebook page, Center for Innovation and Technology. Follow us on Twitter @SiteZW. And you can also check out our website, www.site.org.zw. You can also visit our offices at 45 Moffat Avenue, Hillside, Bulawayo. Take advantage of this opportunity to expand your business.
Welcome to the program Community Conversations. My name is Ishmael Mkandla. Today we are talking about a VUZU inquiry project that was implemented by some of the young people in the city of Bulawayo. And my guest is Mr. Trevor. Trevor, can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you very much. My name is Trevor. I'm part of JCI, which means Junior Chamber International. But by profession, I'm a lecturer at St. John Ambulance. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Trevor, the last time I saw you making a presentation about VUZU, I got a lot of questions, which is the reason why I had to invite you today. Okay. My first question is, how long have you been doing the research that you actually presented at the stakeholders meeting?
Thank you. It's been 4 years now.
Okay.
This is our 4th year.
Okay.
Yes, and so far it's been good.
And in those 4 years, what were you doing exactly in terms of acquiring information about the VUZUs?
All right. So I've been an undercover boy.
Okay.
And yeah, it wasn't easy, but we managed to pull it through from day one up to the day. So what I've been doing is as a lecturer, I've been also asking the boys and the girls how they've been indulging on these VUZU parties. And also I've been getting myself invited to these other big VUZUs.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you talk of big VUZUs, Kulumama VUZU njani, you know?
All right, so basically we have got types of VUZU parties.
Yeah.
Right, we have got 4 VUZU types. We've got 4 types of VUZUs. We've got the first one, which is called the plain VUZU party. Now, with the plain VUZU party, it's whereby the boys and girls, they just invite each other, friends, a minimum of 10 boys and minimum of 10 girls, whereby then they indulge into sex activities, alcohol, drugs being sold and being taken.
Yeah.
That's the first plain VUZU party.
Yeah.
With this one, the plain VUZU party, it's been happening for some years. Though recently, the community has been aware of it, whereby when these boys and girls, they start to indulge, normally it happens in the home setup. Now, they've been so creative in such a manner that they started doing it now in what we call our transport sector, whereby they actually start to indulge it into emakombini. Now, when we're saying emakombini, we are now saying now, since there have been rumors whereby VUZU party,
yeah,
you'll be arrested.
Yeah.
Now, what they did is they have been doing it now emakombini. Now, what they'll do with emakombini is they will hire out a combi. At the end of the day, now what happens is they know that a combi, at the end of the day, they catch out 60 bucks, right? So they will ask someone. So when they ask someone or the driver, they'll say to you, we're going to give you your 60 bucks from 12 up to 5 o'clock. Now, what they do is after they've hired the combi will be tinted and will be making a lot of noise. Now, whilst it's loitering around in the CBD, sex will be actually being done in that ET. Few people know about it, but some they actually start knowing about it. They have actually information about it, but then they tend not to believe it. They think these kids, they're just being ferried from one place to another. Yes.
And then what about the other 3 types of VUZU parties?
All right. Then we've got the second one.
Yeah.
The second one, which is called a $5 VUZU party. Now, with a $5 VUZU party, what happens is it's a competition to them. It being a competition to them, they're just trying to find out whether they are strong enough to sleep with either 5 or 10 boys. Now, what happens is in a $5 VUZU party, when you're coming in, you actually place a $5 inside what they call a bowel. Everyone who's coming in, you put a $5. Okay. Then in that VUZU party, normally there is a minimum also of a certain number of students. Normally it's 10. Now, when they come in, everyone is giving money inside. Then after that, the winner, they start indulging into sex activity. Now, which means every boy in that exactly will sleep with someone else, which means they will sleep with either 5 or 10 of them. Now, the winner will actually have to sleep with every boy or with every girl. They're the ones at the end of the day. If you're now a winner, you'll be now called the king. If you're the lady, you'll be now called the queen. It's a competition to them. That's the second one.
Yes.
Yes. And then we have got the third one, which they actually call a slash. But with this one, it's actually done by the elders. These ones, they actually select themselves, whereby they choose themselves from either the community or from our churches. Now, at churches, we have got these other groups whereby they call the singles. Now, with the singles, what happens is after they've been selected, they've been asked, you can remain behind so that we pray for you and everything. In that scenario now, some of them, they actually take that opportunity to create something of that sort. Now, what they do is these singles, they actually create their own group. When they create their own group, and then they meet up at a certain place, and then they start indulging into sex activity. Now, when we are saying singles, we are now referring to the ones that were once married. Either a divorcee or...
We don't.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, after that, for them, they say it's not a sin because they have been once married. Right.
Okay.
So when they exchange partners, they start exchanging partners, indulging into sex activity.
Yeah.
And then again, on that slash one, it also involves some of the married ones, whereby the married ones, they're now saying that you can't eat cabbage every day. Right.
So you gotta change the diet.
Exactly. Now, by changing the diet, which means what they do is they invite the other guys, the other married couples. Then when they invite the other married couples, now what they do is they will exchange partners. When they exchange partners, that thing happens for that day. It's either it can be a 3-hour or a 4-hour event. Now, when they exchange partners, you've got to come up with an agreement with the wife that, listen, wifey, this thing that we're doing, it's only for today.
And it ends here.
And it ends here. Our phones, we leave them at home. So that's what happens. It's something which is so terrifying nowadays because some of the kids, they actually know about these things.
Yeah.
And when we started doing the research, they'll be actually pointing to their parents that, but we are being told that we mustn't do this, but our parents are also doing this. Yes. So that was also part of the slash. Then we've got the last one. The last one, though, it's a bit of disturbing because this one is called a center pit. Now, with a center pit, what happens with the center pit? This one, it involves the homosexual part, whereby they actually create it. Normally, it happens at a pit, whereby there will be a minimum of 7 or even 10 boys. They actually get into a line. They'll be holding each other's waist, pants down, and then having sex.
With each other?
With each other. So meaning that the first one, because you won't be doing it with anyone, yeah. When the other guy, they're done, he actually moves to the backside so that he also enjoying the part. That is one that is called the center pit.
Let me ask about the slash, the one that you said it involves the singles.
Yes.
Did you manage to talk to some of the participants, the people who are actually engaged in such a reason?
Yes, personally I did. And It's been disturbing though, as I had said earlier on, because what happens is some of them, they're actually of the age of 60.
60.
60 years, and they've been married for some years. Now, what happens is, with these widowed ones, for them it's okay. But the married ones, they actually tell you that it's our decision. This is what we want for that day.
Yeah.
So you can't blame me.
Whew, it's quite a lot in terms
It
of
is.
information.
It is.
So
it is.
basically, those are the 4 types.
Those are-
And
yes.
I asked myself, is it something that has started maybe 4 years ago, or it's something that has been there, just that it has evolved along the way?
All right, I believe it's been there, and
Okay.
it's starting to actually evolve now because of either the internet, the so-called internet, although I don't believe in it.
Have you attended any of these VUZU parties?
No, I haven't.
Just to observe as a detective?
Yes, and also to assist with the police in
Yeah.
the research part.
Yeah, and
Yes.
the last time I saw you made a presentation at the all stakeholders meeting about this VUZU inquiry issue, and I'm kind of interested to know if, have you done any presentations before that stakeholders meeting or after?
Yes, thank you. Yes, I have. I've been also going to the churches,
Yeah.
talking about this VUZU, the effects of the VUZU, and also the effects, because we've got the effects. When we're saying the effects, we're talking about the STIs
Yeah.
that these youths, they actually do not know of.
Yeah.
Yes, so I have been going around the churches and some of the schools.
Okay.
Yes.
And for someone who was doing a research, for one, I know that there are recommendations at the end.
Yes.
What are some of the recommendations that you would make towards maybe ending this issue of VUZUs, or probably minimizing it somehow?
All right. It's all about educating the youths.
Yeah.
It's all about educating the youths. It's all about bringing back what was actually taken from them. When we're saying bring back what was taken from them, we are now referring to the youth centers.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, I remember on that particular day, one of the young people stood up and said, youth centers, they are no longer relevant.
Yes.
Does it mean that if they are made relevant, are there chances that the VUZU issues will end?
Not the whole end as such, but we are trying to minimize it. That's what we want to do. We're just trying to minimize the VUZU thing, because at the end of the day, the youths, they're actually starting from, the people that are actually indulging into these things, they are from the age of 14. So if we are saying the age of 14 now, which means they have no life even after 5 years
Okay.
because of these STIs.
What about the schools? Did you visit any schools in terms of disseminating the information about these VUZU parties and probably the after effects of engaging in these VUZU parties?
All right, yes. We have. Now, what happens with the schools? Now, you don't just go straight to the schools.
Yeah.
You've got to get the permission from the Ministry of Education. Now, we have started doing that, and of lately we did, but though, because of finance, we actually stopped because of that.
Okay. But are you having any plans maybe to engage the ministry in terms of working together to actually try and find out if there are some young people who are engaging in it, it's from schools, and try and disseminate the information that you say they need to know about?
Yes. The good thing with the ministry, what they actually did, they actually introduced some of the psychosocial support to these kids. Some of the teachers, they are actually the counselors. So we are actually working hand in hand with those teachers that are also counselors at schools, which is a very good thing.
Talking about your research, is it now available for everyone to actually get a copy maybe and read about it to see? Because maybe not everyone will have a chance maybe to watch this program or
True.
to see other, to attend other events where you'll be making the presentation.
All right. Now, unfortunately, currently it's not yet out,
Yeah.
but there's protocols that I have to also to follow.
Yeah.
If I'm given go ahead to do so, I will straight away let you know. You'll be the first people to know about it.
Nice. What about the way forward in terms of now that the research is out, you're busy disseminating the research? What's the way forward from the research now?
All right. The way forward, firstly, I'll say I think I'll have to, because, okay, before we talk about the way forward, we will talk about the creators of the VUZU parties.
Okay.
You know, so they say some of them, they're big giants in the community, some of them, they're big giants in the city. So with the way forward, it starts with the elderly, then it moves to the kids only.
Okay.
That's all that I can say.
So tell us, is this VUZU issue only happening here in the city of Bulawayo, or it's also happening in other cities around Zimbabwe?
Okay. No, it's not only happening here in Bulawayo. It's also happening in other cities. It's there in Harare, Gweru, and currently we have been told that it's now starting to circulate in Mutare and Masvingo.
Okay.
Yes, so it's not only about Bulawayo.
So does it mean that Bulawayo we are more active in terms of noticing some antisocial behavior?
Yes, actually, that's what I'll also say.
Yeah.
In Bulawayo, the parents and the community at large, they've actually said, we are done with this thing. We have had enough of this thing. We have to stop this thing.
Yeah.
And we've been working with other companies whereby they're actually putting billboards to say that let's stop this behavior, kids. Because with this behavior, we're not going anywhere. So Bulawayo, it actually has come to the top part where they are saying enough is enough. And we really want change towards this thing, which is a very good thing. And thanks to the companies that are taking part and to the ministry, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Mr. Trevor, for coming to
No,
the
thank
program.
you, my brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You've been watching Community Conversations. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we're discussing about the VUZU Inquiry Project with Mr. Trevor. He's one of the young people who are involved in the research towards some of the activities that are happening underground here in the city of Bulawayo. So thank you so much. Till we meet again. Goodbye.
Thank you.